Sup YouTube, it's TCG here and welcome to another deck profile. Today we're visiting Dusk Mane Necrozma, which is one of the more hyped decks from the Ultra Prism set. We're gonna go straight into this list with running 3 Dusk Mane Necrozma GXs. This is a powerful GX with 190 HP and it also has 3 attacks, Claw Slash dealing 60 damage, but the Meteor Impest, or actually Tempest, deals 220 damage, which is the attack we'll be using most of the time in the game. So 220 damage, you have to discard 3 energies in order to do the attack, and after you discard those energies, you'll get them back quite easily with Mount Coronet and the help of Magnezone. It also has the Sun's Eclipse GX dealing 250 damage, but only if you're behind on prize cards. But that attack only costs 3 energy, so that's definitely a great main attacker to have. Then we're gonna run 3 Magnezone. We're gonna actually run a 3-1-3 line of Magnezone because Magnezone gives us the ability to attach as many metal energies from our hand during our turn as we possibly please. So with that, we can just power up our Dusk Mane Necrozma in no time. We're gonna run 1 Magnetone because sometimes we do not want to evolve with rare candy, or we don't draw into our rare candy. That way you can just evolve manually with that 1 Magnetone. Definitely run the one from Ultra Prism here because it's a metal type, can also attack at certain points in the game. Then we're gonna run 3 Magnemites. As mentioned, this is gonna be a 3-1-3 line of Magnezone, and you have 3 options for your Magnemites. The first option here I would recommend is the one from Breakthrough with the ability Sparkling and the Induction. So with that, it has free retreat if you have another Magnemite on your bench. Then there's 2 options here of Ultra Prism. This one is a Pokemon with the ability Solid Unit. As long as this Pokemon is on your bench, prevents all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks, both yours and your opponent. So it cannot get hit if it's on the bench. Great against Buzzwole, so definitely run one of these. And this is one of the Magnemites that a friend recommended here, with Searching Magnet. Lets you search 3 metal energies from your deck and just put them in the hand, which helps out a ton if you just want to get those energies to power up your Dusk Mane Necrozma the turn after that. So 3 Magnemites, the choice is pretty much up to you. So if you start attacking with Magnemite, then it's just not a great thing here. So the option of Magnemite is just optional. So you have 3 options, pick one you like, and that's it. So here we have Oranguru. It just lets us draw cards until you have 3 in the hand, which always helps out a ton if the opponent decides to use N in the late game, and this is automatically draw support late game, definitely if you have a Mount Coronet in play as well. Then we're gonna run Solgaleo Prism. This is a Solgaleo Prism with the attack Radiant Star, which lets you attach as many metal energies as your opponent has Pokemon in play to your Pokemon in any way you like. So energy recovery. It also is one of the new mechanics here. Prism card, you can only have one of them when the same name in your deck, and that pretty much ensures you that you cannot run multiple copies of that card. So in this situation, if it's knocked out, it goes straightly to the Lost Zone, which is unfortunate. You cannot get it back with Rescue Stretcher whatsoever, but that attack is just so overpowered that we definitely need 1 Solgaleo Prism. Another great thing is that it's a basic Pokemon, easy searchable with things like Brigette and more. So that Solgaleo will help you in the late game to get back your energies even without Mount Coronet. So one of those, and if you definitely are afraid of losing your energies in the discard, there's also the option of running Registeel with Turbo Arm. You can also get back an energy. So you have 2 of these Pokemon, basic Pokemon, that can get back energies from the deck, from the discard. So also to finish it up of the Pokemon line, we have 2 Tapu Lele. These Tapu Lele are interesting because they're in every deck, and this time around it's no different. You can even run a 3rd Tapu Lele to ensure that you have your first turn Brigette, but it's not even necessary in a deck like this because you actually only need 2 Magnemite early game and a Dusk Mane Necrozma. And Dusk Mane Necrozma is one of those Pokemon that will not go down without a fight. 190 HP is great. Just to get our Magnezone in play a little bit quicker, we're gonna run the maximum of 4 rare candy. These 4 rare candy will ensure that you have Magnezone on your 2nd turn possibly, and you can start hitting hard with Dusk Mane Necrozma GX. Of course, 4 Ultra Ball, it's in every deck, it's no different here. We're gonna run 4 Ultra Ball just as always, just to get every Pokemon from the deck. The great thing about Ultra Ball is that it ensures you can search your only Solgaleo Prism. You only have 1 in the deck, you can definitely search it out before you discard it with things like Sycamore. So be sure not to Sycamore away your Solgaleo or it's gone forever. Now we're also going to run 2 Field Blower just to get rid of the ability. Actually, there's Garbotoxin still around. We want to get rid of that Flowstone before the opponent just shuts down our ability, and with no ability, this deck is pretty much useless. So it does have a really tough matchup against things like the Greninja with the Shadow Stitching, and that means that we definitely want to have an option against that. So the Field Blower is only helpful against Garbotoxin. Greninja is pretty much an auto law, there's nothing we can do about that, and also Volcanion will give the deck a lot of trouble. Against every other deck, this deck hits hard. You one-shot Zoroark GXs, one-shot Lycanroc GXs, Buzzwole GXs, and more. So a one-shotting deck, that's awesome. So definitely go for those GXs to get yourself 3 knockouts on GXs and win the game. Next up, Floatstone, getting out of awkward situations. Magnezone has 2 retreat cost. Even the Dusk Mane Necrozma has a 3 retreat cost. If you don't have energies onto it, it can get stuck in the active position. So 2 Floatstone. Then 1 Choice Band, because Choice Band sometimes helps out with the numbers with Solgaleo Prism. It deals 160 damage, but with the Choice Band 190 is ideal just to knock out some Tapu Leles. And then 1 Rescue Stretcher just to finish it off, to get back your Magnezones if things get tough and everything hits the discard quicker than you think. Also really great to get back your Tapu Lele if the opponent decides to destroy them. Then we're gonna run 2 Brigette. These Brigettes will help you out first turn, setting up your Magnemite, Oranguru, or whatever you like. And even if you started with the Magnemite, definitely get yourself a Dusk Mane Necrozma. It gets 3 basic Pokemon onto the bench immediately. Then 2 Skyla. With this Skyla you can get out your Rare Candy, your Ultra Ball, Field Blower, Floatstone, whatever. In a situation where you have the Skyla, just use Tapu Lele Skyla and get yourself the needs to get Magnezone on turn 2. For draw supporters, we're gonna run 8 draw supporters in total. There's gonna be 2 Cynthia, 2 N, and then we're gonna run the maximum of 4 Sycamore. Why are we running 4 Sycamore? That is the question, because we are gonna discard all our metal energies, and if our metal energies are discarded, we can easily get them back with Mount Coronet, which I'm gonna talk about later here. So we're also gonna run 2 of Guzma. Guzma makes sure that we can target something. Actually, it is a third Guzma here hidden here, so we're gonna run 3 Guzmas instead of 2 because we're running the attack 220 damage. We definitely want to one-shot a GX, and there's no need to just destroy one of the weak basics to only get 1 prize card and discard all your energy. So 3 Guzma, target everything you want. The draw supporters are self-explanatory. We have 2 Cynthia, drawing 6 fresh cards. N is great in the late game, only 2 though, and then Sycamore is just a heavy supporter. For the last supporters of the deck, we're gonna run 1 of the Fisherman. Fisherman is great, getting back your 4 basic energies from the discard pile. This definitely helps out if you have a Magnezone in play. Then 1 Cyrus. I love using Cyrus because Cyrus is just so disruptive. You can just select, your opponent selects 2 of their bench Pokemon, every other bench Pokemon gets shuffled into their deck. So this could help out in a match like the Decidueye or anything that uses a lot of bench space like Greninja and stuff. Maybe this could help you out. Then for the Stadium cards, we're almost finished with this deck, and this is gonna be Mount Coronet. 3 Mount Coronet ensures us that we can get back our metal energies turn after turn. Once during our turn, we can get 3 of them back from the discard into our hand, and we can immediately attach them with Magnezone. That's how it goes. Life is good. So now we're also gonna run 12 of the metal energies, or actually it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, this list runs 11 metal energies because this is a list from a friend, and he is actually running 11 metal energies because he is also playing that Magnemite that gets energies from his deck. So maybe that is the reasoning, but maybe it's between 11 and 13 energies. The choice is up to you. He also runs Registeel, so I guess it makes sense here. So this is the list for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed another deck profile on the channel. If you did, show your support by destroying the like button. Definitely test this deck out. It's gonna be solid. It's gonna see a lot of tournament play, and we will see you guys tomorrow with another TCG video. We're out. Peace.